Worlders, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma and Camp NaNoWriMo has begun. So in my head, I had this awesome idea that this video would have actually gone up on the 1st of April, but a lot of stuff got in the way. So I am just gonna do like a writing update. I have no notes, so it's gonna be kind of all over the place, but I have some thoughts and I figured I would share them. I don't even know where to start. So my initial idea for Camp NaNoWriMo was that I'd be working on draft 2 of Mary's song, which is my adult contemporary. I have a video where I talk more about it, so I'll link that. And I don't even know if I mentioned this ever. I did officially finish the outline for Raising Trentons, which was my YA, which is also I think talked about in that same video, so it's already been linked. But my initial plan was to work on draft 2 of Mary's song. My initial like perfect reading plan was that I would have been like done with the reread by this point and would be like significantly into draft 2 of Mary's song. It took me a lot long. I'm actually not even done with the reread. Like, let's not even pretend, let's be honest. I haven't finished the reread yet for this project, which is not at all what I was expecting or planning. I love Mary's song. It is like my favorite thing I think I've ever written, and I don't want to table it, but I'm not feeling motivation in the prose writing area of like my writer's brain. So I started grappling, maybe would be the right word, with this idea that maybe Camp NaNoWriMo is not what I want to do this year. As many of you guys know, we're dealing with COVID-19 right now and the coronavirus. And some of you guys may know I am the manager at an after-school program. We're not currently open. And there was a time when we all naively thought we'd only be social distancing for 2 weeks, with the idea that we would be going back to school right at the beginning of April. I wasn't sure if Camp NaNoWriMo was something I wanted to do. I had a feeling that if we had been going back at that point, it would have felt very similar to January when we first come back from Christmas break, where like they're all kind of confused, and even like the adults are kind of confused, and those equal long days. So to have those long days and then to do NaNoWriMo on top of them, I wasn't so sure about, but I still signed up to do NaNoWriMo with Mary Song Draft 2, giving myself a goal of like 15,000 words, which didn't seem that bad. And then more news about COVID-19 came through, and the state I lived in pushed everything back to April 20th, which like that's actually when I originally thought we'd be going back to school. My district, that would have been the Monday after what would have been April break. So I was like, that would make sense for us to go back on April 20th. And now we're all the way through April. We're not going back to school in April. We haven't canceled yet for the school year as of April 2nd of 2020. We have not canceled yet for the school year. I'm crossing my fingers and being as positive as I can that they can't be. I'd rather live in my naive bubble that we will go back to school. So if you're here and you're gonna be commenting that no one's going back to school this year, like leave that comment out of my comments. I need to live in my naive bubble. Let me live in my naive bubble. And I was like, all right, I gotta do something in April that's creative and takes my mind off of things. And I realized that at the end of March, when I should have been rereading Mary's song and working and preparing for NaNoWriMo, I had actually rediscovered a love of a project that I had that had always been more of a project for me and less of a project that I was going to pursue. But it was basically a television show, and it's still a project that I think is going to be more for me. I don't think I'm ever really going to go anywhere with it, but that's actually what I've decided I'm going to work on for April, is the first few episodes of the first season of this show. I actually wrote like almost 3 complete seasons of like 24 episodes, because like I said, this was never for anyone else. So like my idea was that like I would just write it until I got bored kind of thing, and I wrote like 3 seasons of it. And I had gotten Scrivener recently for writing. When I did Mary's song, I got Scrivener, and one of the things you can do on Scrivener is screenplays. So I was like, what if I like sit here and I just like transfer it all over and I edit it as I go and I transfer it into Scrivener. And I did that for a bunch of episodes, and then I got a brain blast. So part of the reason this show was always supposed to be more for me was that it was almost like fan fiction of Degrassi. It was like fan fiction scripts of Degrassi pretty much, just with my own characters, but with a very similar premise where it just follows a bunch of kids in high school in their like lives, and drama happens and you have people from all different grades and that kind of stuff. And then I've been listening to Office Ladies podcast and I was like, what if I did that show, but it's like a mockumentary about high school, and it just follows a bunch of different people in different grades, but it's like mockumentary style, so like there's like talking heads and stuff.
I suggested we flip a coin, but Angela said she doesn't like to gamble.
And I kept like telling myself like, no, I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm just gonna keep working on what I already have. No, no, no. Your girl sat down and rewrote the pilot and made it a mockumentary. Yep. So that's what I'm working on for Nano. It is not something that is going to probably ever be seen by the light of day or by anyone other than me, and I'm okay with that. Instead, it's just going to be something to take my mind off of everything going on in this world. I love my job. I love working with kids, but if I could do anything else, it probably would be to work in television. So I'm gonna sit in my little naive bubble that we're going back to school before the end of the school year, and I'm gonna write my television show and imagine what it would be like to be a TV executive. And that's what's gonna get me through COVID-19. I did go into the Camp NaNoWriMo website and I did change it so that it says that I'm working on Bracebridge Rewrite, which is what I'm calling it. And I actually originally had it set that I was going to rewrite 15,000 words. I can't remember if I said that or not. I did change it to 50,000. I'm going to be home for all 30 days of April. I might as well try to hit the original Nano goal. But yeah, I might do some writing vlogs here or there, but honestly, I don't think they'd be that exciting right now. I also had like this plan that I was going to do like weekly vlogs for all 3 nanos this school year, or not this school year, this calendar year, but at least for April, not doing weekly vlogs. I'm going to try to hit that 15,000, and I will probably be updating on my writer's Instagram, so you can check that out down below. I hope that whatever you're going through with COVID-19, you are in a good headspace. I also hope that like you're doing what you need to do to get by. I also hope that everyone is safe and healthy and for you and your loved ones. And I will try to get a little more content out on my channel as well, especially because it gives me a reason to do makeup, because otherwise I am literally living in leggings that you can't even see because I'm not that flexible, and pajamas. And if I do makeup, at least I can feel good about myself. Alright, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in my next video that I'm about to go film. Bye! I'm actually gonna go backwards.